ever wonder about the empire that gave Han China a run for its money for centuries? Forget the Romans for a second, and let's travel east to the vast windswept steppes of ancient Asia. We're talking about the Xiongnu, a name that once struck fear and respect across the ancient world. They weren't just a scattered group of nomads. They were a powerhouse, a sophisticated confederation that built an empire on horseback. So, who were the Xiongnu? Imagine a society where your wealth was counted in horses and livestock, where your home was a portable yurt, and your backyard was the endless grassland. They were master horsemen and archers, learning to ride almost as soon as they could walk. This wasn't just a hobby. It was their way of life and the key to their military might. Their ability to move quickly, strike without warning, and disappear back into the steppes made them a nightmare for the settled agricultural societies to their south, especially the newly unified Han Dynasty in China. The story of the Xiongnu Empire really kicks off in the 3rd century BCE under a legendary leader named Modu Xiongnu. The tale goes that Modu, to unite the various tribes, created a special whistling arrow. He commanded his warriors to shoot wherever he shot his whistling arrow, testing their loyalty by aiming at his favorite horse and then his favorite wife. Those who hesitated were executed. Finally, he aimed the arrow at his own father, the reigning Xiongnu. This time, all his warriors followed suit, and Modu seized power. A brutal story, but it illustrates the fierce discipline he instilled. Under Modu, the scattered tribes were forged into a single, formidable force. This new Xiongnu confederacy quickly became the dominant power in the region. They subjugated neighboring peoples and began conducting large-scale raids into Han China, seeking grain, silk, and other luxury goods. The early Han emperors tried to deal with this threat through a policy called Hekin, or peace through kinship. This involved sending Chinese princesses to marry Xiongnu leaders and offering massive annual tributes of silk, wine, and rice. It was essentially a protection payment to keep the peace. For a while it worked, creating a fragile balance of power, but it was a humiliating arrangement for the proud Han court. This uneasy peace couldn't last forever. The turning point came with the reign of Emperor Wu of Han, one of the most ambitious and powerful emperors in Chinese history. He was tired of paying tribute and decided to switch from defense to offense. This kicked off the Han-Xiongnu Wars, a series of conflicts that lasted for over a century. The Han armies pushed deep into Xiongnu territory, trying to seize control of the valuable Silk Road trade routes and break the back of the steppe empire. These campaigns were incredibly costly in both lives and resources for both sides. The Han developed a massive cavalry force to counter the Xiongnu's mobility, and the wars saw epic battles fought across deserts and grasslands. Ultimately, the relentless pressure from the Han, combined with internal strife and succession struggles, began to weaken the Xiongnu Confederation. By the middle of the 1st century BCE, the empire had fractured into two main groups: the Eastern Xiongnu, who submitted to Han authority, and the Western Xiongnu, who were eventually defeated and displaced. The story doesn't end there, though. Many historians believe that remnants of the Xiongnu migrated westward, and some even link them to the Huns, who would later terrorize the Roman Empire centuries later. Though that's a hotly debated topic for another day. The Xiongnu may have faded from the main stage of history, but their legacy is immense. They created the model for future steppe empires, from the Gökturks to the Mongols. They were a crucial player in the history of the Silk Road and fundamentally shaped the destiny of China, even contributing to the eventual construction of the Great Wall. They were more than just barbarians. They were a complex and dynamic civilization that dominated the steppes for hundreds of years. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed learning about the mighty Xiongnu, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into forgotten histories. Let me know in the comments which ancient empire you'd like to see next. See you in the next video.